everybody. Welcome back to the FFL Empowerment Power Talk Spotlight. We're happy to have you here. We have multiple people in our podcast room today. We've got Jennifer and Shelby, and we have Richard and Nick, and everyone is going to be here to talk about the importance of coming to an office as well as the importance of plugging in. That is one of the key elements to success at Family First Life. And before we get started, I just want to mention to everybody, we are in the Wilmington, North Carolina office, and not all of these people are on my team. Every FFL office is open to anybody and everybody, and you can get help when you go there. We're all one big team, and we all help each other. So today we're going to start with Jennifer. And Jennifer has been with us about 3.5 years now. And we're just going to talk a little bit about how important coming to an office was for her in the beginning. So, Jennifer, you actually plugged in at an office where I wasn't even at. Mm-hmm. We're on the same team, and she plugged into an office where I was not. But let's talk about how important that was when you first got started dialing.
So it was very important because it helped me stay in the game. I didn't give up because when you get hung up on a lot and you are having people not be so nice to you, it's really easy to throw in the towel and go home. It's very easy. And so when I'm driving to an office, I have the support to be successful. There's people there cheering you on, making sure you're putting yourself in a good position. And they're also helping you change how you say things and helping you get better. It is on-the-job training.
That's an important thing. And I remember very specifically, you are an upbeat, bubbly, positive person. If you don't mind sharing a little bit what the first time when you finally got somebody to answer the phone, what that was like.
I was extremely excited. I was very excited that they answered. And after they hung up on me, the person I was dialing with, who had been here for a while, said I sounded like a cheerleader. And I was too happy, and I needed to sound pissed off and bothered. So it was very instant feedback, and it helped me to keep going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great. And also want to hear a little bit from Richard. Now, Richard is brand new, and this is your third dial day?
This is my third dial day.
All right.
And I still sound like I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, so I have to keep being told on a regular basis, sound like you're angry and pissed off at the world when you talk to these people. Yes. So I'm learning. The value is I get up and I say I'm going to drive for 2 hours to come to an office so I can get plugged in, so I can hear what everyone else is saying, and so I can get the feedback, and not the Lone Ranger approach of I'll figure it out on my own.
Yes. And can you imagine how hard it can be figuring it out on your own?
It takes a lot longer.
Does take a lot longer. And Richard, what kind of feedback have you been getting?
Well, I've been getting the, hey, don't sound so happy, like you're the best friend. You're actually there to help. Don't let the no's, because a lot of people are going to tell you no, and just feel it. Follow the script, and practice. I've been practicing a lot. So I've noticed that between dial day number 2 and dial day number 3, I sound a little bit more professional with going through everything there is to do to get everything out, instead of being like, well, I'm calling from the to more, it's, hey, I'm here calling from the office. I'm here to protect you. What time are you available? I have 15 minutes, and I have a very busy schedule. When are you available tomorrow?
Excellent, excellent. So I think it has been really helpful for you, Richard, to hear the different people dial as well. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Jennifer today was a big help because she just got on there, and I thought, man, she's got a good personality, but she got on there and she was business. It was down to business. Hey, here's what I'm calling for. Bam, 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 and it was done. It wasn't a long outdrawn conversation about anything. It was, I'm here to help. You filled out the information. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is a huge benefit because, you know, we have scripts. Everybody shares those with each other. But when you are new, it's important that you find one you feel somewhat comfortable with. You're not going to feel comfortable to begin with, and you want to stick to that until you kind of get it down. And then you'll find yourself like, I like it when he says that. And so then you'll incorporate something new into your script. But you kind of have to get to a certain point before you start that type of process. And Shelby, how long have you been with us?
I started the last week of September. So almost 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you've traveled here. We're about an hour and a half, depending on where you're coming from. And you've also gone to the Charleston office quite a few times.
Yep.
How long drives that for you?
Just over 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a decent drive too.
Yes. So tell us some of the value of going and of even going to different offices.
Yeah. So I think going to different offices is huge because everybody has different personality. Everybody, at least once you're in the business for a while, everybody has their own style. And going back to where, like Jen says, she's a little more direct and serious. I can't get away with that. Like, it just sounds unnatural. So I actually am nicer on the phone and, like, more talkative. And it works for me. But if I wouldn't have gone to the different offices, I wouldn't have heard that, seen that, gotten feedback from multiple different people. Plus, it's keeping morale up. If I'm sitting at home and I've got all these no's and I'm like, I'm at 300 dials, I'm not at my goal yet, like, it's a lot easier to be like, whatever, I'll just dial and run tomorrow and give up. Versus when we're in here, it's in whatever office, we start joking around. I mean, we ball up leads and throw them at each other. Like, we do stuff that helps break it up a little bit and keep morale up, which is huge.
Yeah, that can be a big difference. And we have fun, but we are working hard while we're having fun.
Correct.
Yeah. And nothing like a good lead fight.
Exactly. It helps. It helps.
Absolutely. And guys, I also want to have Nick talk. Nick came into the Wilmington office how long ago for the first time?
Say last November, huh?
Okay. And then no more Nick.
Vanished.
Nick who? And then Nick came back last dial day, and he's here again. So let's talk about that, like how and the why.
Well, I started off. I didn't struggle too much. I wasn't bothered by getting told no on the phone. So I was like, maybe I can do this from the house. And I quickly realized that wasn't going to work because it was impacting my consistency. I'd go out on, run days with maybe 5-10 appointments booked for 2-3 days. And that affected me, and it just really started to affect me mentally. So I got with my upline, and it's like, all right, what can I do? Get back in the office. Just what this allows me to do is just be around other like-minded people, other people that are, that are going to boost your morale. And then like Jen said and Shelby said and, Richard said, you're going to get feedback on the spot. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best part.
Mm-hmm. And I can say you've been very consistent. When you don't book an appointment, you're like, hey, what could I have done different? And, we can't get them all, right?
Yeah.
But by asking questions like that, and I've heard you actually implement some of the things we talked about too. That's also important. If you're going to ask a question, then, don't just listen to what they say and be like, oh, yeah, I did that. Because if you're not the problem, we can't fix it. If you're the problem, that's the best news ever. We can fix it, right? So, hearing but then implementing is key, and you've done a lot of that. And just having 2 days back in the office, that's made a difference in you so far. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And let's also share last time that you were dialing some aged mortgage protection leads. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And Do you remember about how many dials you dialed last time?
The other day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know, maybe about 278-ish, probably say.
So darn close to 300.
Yeah,
And how many appointments did you book?
18.
Okay. And I heard you booking them. A lot of people already had policies,
They did.
but you were very persistent and you overcame the objection and you booked a lot of them, offering a policy review.
Right.
So you got to a lot of houses that already had policies. So 18 appointments. How many families did you help?
I helped about 6.
About 6 families.
About 6.
And some of those 6, were they ones that already had current policies?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you either added or helped them with something better?
I think what I found was doing those policy reviews, I think coming into this business, a lot of people, they leave the people aspect out of it, and they focus on the money. I definitely did at first, and I struggled with that. That's what led to the consistency problems. When I sat down with those people, you just have to listen to them. They told me, hey, the agent, broker that helped me with these policies before, they didn't give me what I needed, what I wanted. Just created their why and just built off of that.
Gotcha. Very smart. Very smart. So, Jennifer, let's wrap this up with each of you giving new agents a piece of advice.
To make sure that you're always making yourself better. So always do training, always plug in, and make sure that you are talking to people that are at the place you want to be.
That's very good advice. How about you, Shelby?
My thing to tell everybody, and it kind of plays off what he says, is you worry about money, you'll never help anybody. If you worry about helping families, you will never have to worry about money.
That's great advice. Okay, very good. And how about you, Nick?
I'd say is applicable to everywhere in life. Stay humble, stay hungry to learn, because as soon as you stop trying to learn, you stop yourself dead in your tracks with what you're doing.
That's good. And what would you say after dial day number 3?
Don't quit. Don't quit. It's tough, but don't quit. Just keep coming back. Keep coming back and keep dialing. Keep dialing.
Excellent. So only 3 dial days, and he's already got the number 1 thing. Because I can't tell you how many times I wanted to quit. I know I talked Jennifer off the ledge many times. So not quitting is really what it takes. This is, if you walked into a brand new job and after the first day you felt like you didn't know enough and you weren't comfortable, you didn't know what you were doing, and you quit your job, that would be insane. So you got to treat this like that and know that everybody is here to help you. And if you are within a couple hour drive to an office, it is worth it. Jennifer drove 2 hours to get here. Shelby drives about an hour and a half. Richard drives 2 hours. And Nick, you're about an hour and a half as well, right?
Depends on traffic, about 2.
Hour and a half to 2. Excellent. Okay, so it's worth the drive, guys. So I hope this helps you guys. Stay plugged in. Stay tuned in to the trainings. Talk to people who are where you want to be in this business, and get to an office if at all possible. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back soon.